gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What it is, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there, we're about to get straight into today on Profiles. This is real talk by a real one who really been there and done some bullshit like that, right? What it isn't is added preservatives, the old motherfucking banana up the tailpipe. Dun, 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 dun. We ain't doing none of that Eddie Murphy shit on Power. We about to get real right now, right? So I tell you, and you tell me, should boxer Enriquez be released? Well, they granted him parole. They gonna release his ass, right? What's gonna happen to him, gente? As you can tell by that thumbnail, he's doing it like this. This is all carnival talk and the inauguration of the Declaration of the Independent. Smart motherfucker, man. Very well versed in the game. Notorious killer. Someone who did it at the highest degree and the highest level for a very long time. For me to sit here and defecate on the man's character, I shan't, I shall not, I shouldn't, right? But at the end of the day, he is what he is. He said a whole lot, a little too much, man, and probably is the highest defector ever from that organization down south. Now, I will say this. I don't like to speak on what they got going on. Will they reach out and touch him? But definitely, he is a man that has to keep his head on swivelization. Why? Because he said a whole lot, right? What a lot of people don't understand, and what I know about the whole Boxer Enriquez situation, is he actually was very instrumental at changing the rules of the California Department of Corrections when it came to the shoe. You know, a lot of the insight and intelligence that he gave, you know, the feds during this debriefing process was very detrimental to the safety and security of all the gente that was incarcerated and slammed back in the shoe. But also, man, was very instrumental on taking down a lot of the gang that was ran back there. Now, it's not for us to talk about, to say how they get down and what was the get down, the politics and how they were played. But I will say that this guy, Boxer Enriquez, had a very keen insight into the inner workings of what was going on back there in the shoe and the organization as a whole. And obviously, you know, I know, we all scream for ice cream, right? Indubitably, this motherfucker told, right? He told on everyone. And like I said, he was very instrumental at getting a lot of things in the California Department of Corrections changed. Okay, why did he choose to defect? Why did he choose to debrief? Why did he choose to go that route? See, a lot of people don't know about Boxer. Boxer actually has a couple funny cases. Oh, yes, he does, right? And a lot of people didn't know that until quite recently. You know, that he wasn't all that everyone thought he was. Yes, he was one of the most highly intelligent individuals ever to be incarcerated in the California Department of Corrections. But at the same time, a lot of these guys with these keen minds, with this intelligence, man, always got something behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the also behind the curtain, because you never know what's going to be back there with them, right? So he had some weird shit going on. Actually and factually, that's a fact, right? There was a couple of gangas from the Los area that actually wanted to get his ass, and by him doing a couple of the murders, man, that got him incarcerated, saved him. For what people don't know was there was already kind of a green light on him. Of course, he gets incarcerated. Him being someone, a big homie of that nature, he was able to dispel, bob, weave, dodge like an LA Dodger homes, and shake that stigma and shake that shop. But they was on his ass. There was a certain vaudeville that was definitely about to fucking smoke his ass, right? Allegedly. Anyways, so now this guy's granted parole. You know, he went up last year, the year prior, for a release, and they denied it. And a lot of people said he's going to sit down, he's going to be a rotten apple and fucking just ferment like some old pruno, right? And just stay where he's at because of the things that he's done in his past. But times are changing. The California Department of Corrections is running out of bed space. They're running out of time. And I think by what this guy has done, and he's helped the law enforcement in so many different ways, that they finally decided to grant this guy his parole and give him his action. Now, I'll say to you this. Is it worth it? Should they release a man that has taken so many lives? I say keep no man down. I say it doesn't matter what the man has done. Judge the man based on the content of his character and his merits once he gets out. If he keeps fucking up, he's going to find himself in the same situation. Just like what's his name did, fucking Michael Thompson. You know what I mean? You can't keep the gangster from the gangster, right? A motherfucker's always going to have that instilled in them. They're criminals. People that are criminals, people that don't know better, think that they're out there doing better. But really, in real life, it always catches up. The cream, serio, will rise to the top. Oh, power! It will, right? But what happens to people that have big mouths and people that say a little too much? Eventually, the old ghosts of the past, the Scrooge, right? Catches up. Oh, it catches up to you, right? So does this man deserve to go outside to society and be a productive member to society? That's what he says he's going to be. Will he be watched by the feds and by the government? Absolutely. They're not going to just let this man, this high caliber creature of a man, walk around unwatched. Believe he'll probably be on a lifetime parole. high control, high power, they'll be watching him. They'll definitely be watching him. Does he have influence anymore within the street gangs, the structure of what's going on in the politics of prison? Absolutely not. If anything, he's a target 101, allegedly. And some people don't like him. Now, of course, what they do with these individuals is they immediately put him into some type of protective custody. He's not welcome back to his barrio. I'm not even welcome back to my barrio, but I'll be wiggling, right? He's not going to wiggle there because he knows damn well that if anyone spots him or they see him out there, man, it's going to be a bad situation for him. Okay? I'm very flabbergasted with this news. You know, I'm not breaking this news. It's been broke on several other channels. I'm just speaking my fucking piece on it. I'm going to put my 2 on the 10 while you put your 10 on the 2, right? And tell you guys straight up in a Minudostan, direct fashion, my perspective of what I think is going to happen to this guy. I think this guy needs to shake the spot. Okay? He's getting out now. You know, there's a lot of people that thought he wasn't going to get let out. I myself wasn't an advocate for him getting out one way or the other. Because I think anyone that brings a whole bunch of people down, anyone that likes to tear people down for no other reason other than they can and for their own fucking self-preservation, man, is some bullshit. Okay, if there's an agenda, okay, if you're going to go tell on someone because you feel it's the right thing to do, and no one's ever been put in that position, and those of you that have been put in that position have their reasons why they do that, and I will never knock a man, period. Okay, it's not me to speak on their situation. Every situation is different, homes. Do I condone certain shit? Chale. Am I going to talk about people that do certain shit? Chale, homes. I'm neither here nor there, homes. I'm for the brown people, and whatever the brown man does, we do. You know what I mean? And in that fashion. But what I will say is this guy, Boxer Enriquez, decided to defect from an organization and then shit on the character of that organization, homes. Start to give the inner workings and the inner outlines of what they had going on. And for that, man, that's unforgivable. Okay, the reason it's unforgivable, just like the debriefing process is highly unforgivable, is because, man, you speak on things that you know when you signed up for you should not speak on. Okay, there's certain things that are said right here on YouTube, and I like to beat around the bush. I don't like to say certain names. Sometimes I don't like to talk about certain organizations. I like to wiggle how I wiggle and toe that line, man. But at the same time, it's because I'm not trying to give up the game, homes, because I'm not in the game. That is not my game to give up. Now, Boxer was in the game, and we're talking about Boxer Enriquez. Don't get it twisted. We ain't talking about Boxer de San Fran. You know what I mean? That's the homeboy man respects. We're talking about Boxer Enriquez, right? He chose at the highest level to defect and give up the game. You know, and put a lot of people that he called camaradas, friends, carnales, brothers, homes, taitas, you know, in a bad way. You know, when you have guys that are doing lifetimes in prison, homes, their world is different from our world. So I was scared. They got a whole different thing going on, homes. That's their thing, not our thing, right? And when you decide to mix our thing with their thing, homes, that's when there's a motherfucking wreck. And guess what? Someone will get checked. Bro, say it with your chest, right? People will get checked. Now, Boxer, of course, is a slick mouth character, meaning he's a very intelligent guy. I've talked to a lot of guys that were affiliates or did time and do know Boxer personally, had done tiempo in the oils as well as the shoe with him. And they say he is probably one of the most highest men of intelligent level that they've ever met, they've ever come across. So I can't even say that fool was using the inoculation of the decapitation of the whatever, you know what I mean? Spell it. I said, you know what I mean? He used some words that I ain't never heard of. The Vato is a walking dictionary, but he's also a walking snake in the grass, meaning he's a snake that slithers and can walk. You know what I mean? He is able to manipulate the masses and manipulate the people for his own well-being. Do I think it's a bad thing he's getting out? It's never a bad thing when a brown brother is fucking getting out. But at the same time, man, is he the type of character, man, that you could trust your kids to be around? Is he the type of character you could trust your old lady to be around? Is he the type of character that you could do anything around? Charlie, he's not. Why? People don't just change overnight. It's a gradual process. It takes time, homes. You don't just decide one day you're a carnal really doing some big shit, homes. Having people, you know, I don't even want to say what they have people done. But you know, you get the drift, right? And then the next day, homes, you're over there like kicking it on one fucking leg and kicking back like you're fucking a federal agent, right? That right there, there's something more to that, right? And it wasn't because he got done dirty. It wasn't because people fucking were overplaying and overstepping their stepped on his toes. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do more so with he said he was tired of the bullshit. Charlie, homes. I believe he's seen the light at the end of the tunnel, which is now, which has happened today. There's an end game to everybody's spit. There's always an end game to what everyone got going on. And this is his end game. Now you ask yourself, hey, the motherfucker's been locked up a lot of years in his life. Can't that man go out there and just live his life? He can, but will he? Will he be a productive member of society? One never knows, does one. I'll tell you who does know, only him. Only he knows what's going on in his mind. If you think that motherfucker's not in his cell right now doing it like this, I should-dum, 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 should-dum. That motherfucker's happy as fuck right now because he's getting paroled. I know what parole feels like. Believe me, I've been there and I've done that. Look at that rollie on that armor. I'm trying to cop one of those one time. Spence, I boxer. That's more important to me. Anyways, let's get to it while we do it, right? In a Manula style, in direct fashion, so the man gets granted parole. Okay, why is this such a big deal? It's just because the content of his character and who he is. Okay, because of the stature and the highest level that he fucking programmed at. He's a notorious killer. There's no denying it, no debating it. Okay, I know that a lot of people, man, that are actually should be paroled, never get that chance. And there's a lot of people that shan't be paroled that do. Okay, it's neither here nor there. We don't know how the wind blows for the board that particular day. Motherfucker goes to board. They either shoot him that 5, 10, or that 15. Sometimes that 20, right? Or they let you out to give you the rope, the necessary rope to hang yourself, right? And in this situation, what I think they're doing with boxers, I think that he's elevated himself to such a level of character where he's helped so much of the law enforcement that they felt that if for no other reason, he's more beneficial to them outside of the walls than inside. Meaning he's probably going to work with them for training purposes to help them decipher certain codes and things. But that's neither here nor there. What happens is he continues to rebel and go against a cause he says he no longer has any love or affiliation with. Stop already. If you no longer are part of that situation, then why do you continue to make yourself part of that situation? Why go against your camaradas that you once broke bread with? That's it. Why do you go against your camaradas, homes, that you knew the inner dealings, the inner workings with? You knew familias, homes. You guys function and program together. Now, I know about me and my cellies, homes, and I had a lot of cellies that are fucking righteous brothers to the fullest. And I'll tell you right now, I would never put them in harm's way, and I would never call them out their name or fucking judge them on the content of their character if I think they're about homes. That's between me and them, homes. I would never put it out there. Why? Because I have respect for that man and I feel for his plight. I feel for what he's going through. But see, Boxer don't have none of that, right? He does not give a fuck because he's a manipulative person that was able to make himself look good, use his high intelligence level and his IQ to manipulate the masses into thinking that he's that one, right? Well, guess what? He's getting out now, Wesley, right? Oh, no. The streets better be worried about what? About an old ass man that's highly intelligent, of course, right? That's getting out. That ain't really going to do anything. He's going to be a protected individual. Now, will I say people will be looking for him? Well, let you think about that. Yeah, hold. What do you think, right? Now, at the same time, I'm not going to put anything on anyone's plato because that's not to be spoke on. But I will say, man, this is not the type of guy that you're going to see at your local carnival using that carnival talk. It ain't him. Right? If anything, he's going to get out, man. He's going to slide into infinity and to infinity and beyond, Buzz. You're not going to see him anymore. Okay? And I think that's what he wants. I think he wants to be out the way. I think he's an older gentleman now that has enough of an IQ to understand that he's a wanted man. He's not the type of guy that could just go to your local 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee on free Slurpee day, right? He's not that one. Con un pinche hot dog, motherfuckers are good sometimes. Look at me, I'm all cross-eyed and shit. The motherfucker got me going, Arby's, right? Orale. I'll take the 2 for $5. One time for my mind. You should have seen last night. It was going down. Orale. It feels good. Like Tony, or at least it felt good. Now, look. Back to the agenda at hand. Boxer Enriquez has been granted parole. He is now getting out. Now, just because they grant you parole, the victims always speak, whether they speak in your behalf or they speak against you. They get to let their voices be felt. The victims' familias or whatever the case may be. But it seems like this time, not only are they granting his parole, he's been granted release, meaning he does have a date now. He will be getting out. And I'd be a fucking bullshitter and a big mouth and a fat mouth and a liar if I sat here and said, I'm not happy for another raza, another fucking Chicano, another fucking brown man to be getting let out of prison because prison is for the birds, homes, and not the Huelga birds. It's for nobody, right? But at the same time, these are the type of guys, man, that had to throw everybody under the bus that they once ran with, homes, to get there. Now, I don't believe in that. I'm not a firm believer in that. You know, if it happens, it happens, man. I don't know certain situations, so I'm not going to speak on everybody's fucking get down, but I don't believe, I'm not a firm and true believer in fucking shitting on the next man and acting like yours don't stink. So I was scared all our shit stinks. Some just stinks more than others. Ain't that right, Boxer? Right? And that's just how it is. Okay, but of course, the proof is in the pudding. He's getting out now. That's the breaking news. Like I said, they broke it on a whole bunch of different channels, man. Make sure you tap into all the other channels that are talking about it. I'm dropping it right here on Gunner's Profiles because I think it needs to be heard. That's the word on the curb, right? And the streets are going to talk. You know, people are talking about it. They're in the mix. They want to know what's going down. And indubitably, it is. Now, you got to understand this is a very dangerous character for people that didn't know him back in the days. A manipulative person that was able to control certain territories and certain people with an iron fist. He was not your average bad guy, okay? He was someone like Sosa to fucking Scarface, right? He was that one. He was the one, because he was so highly intelligent, man, he was able to manipulate the people to do what he needed. Go on, separate mine from yours. Just say it with your chest. Bring mine's back. He needed his, right? He needed his. And fuck them, pay me, right? He was on that fuck you, pay me. Oh, guess what? Lightning just struck my house. It's like that. Fuck you, pay me. Hey, guess what? My old lady, she just got fucking rammed by the homeboy from Avalon. Fuck you, pay me. Hey, did you hear about the homeboy? His dog got rammed. Fuck you, I said pay me. He needed his money. Well, guess what now, boxer? Now it's fuck you. Time to pay, right? In life, you can only wiggle for so long. Do I wish violence and anything on this man? Absolutely not. I don't promote that poison, right? But what I do promote, man, is unity of raza. And I say that raza have come together, and I think we've all decided on the situation. This guy is not the type of man that we want out there on the streets running around our familia. So the best thing to do is watch your people and wiggle away from this type of guy, because he will manipulate your people. You know, he already has shown, he has thrown camaradas under the bus, people that were fucking his taita, people that rocked with them. So you think he gives a fuck about you? You see this guy walking into Mervin's homes, walk out, you know, get away from him, because he's not the type of guy you want to be around. At the same time, I respect the CDC's decision on letting a man out. No, not just based on the fucking merits of the man, what he did in the past, but it actually shows that anybody has a chance of getting out. That's the good thing about this whole situation. It shows that anybody could get out, except for Charles Manson. You know, he died there. They wasn't giving him no fucking action. But everybody else can get out. Especially the white guys. See, I'll do that. Everybody can get out, and you all have a chance. Now, what this guy did to get out, I don't believe was kosher. I don't believe was great. I don't believe was good in the hood. But he done did it, man, and he can never fucking take that back. He has to look in the mirror every day and know damn well to himself, man, he didn't give the people up because the people put him in a situation. He gave the people up just to give the people up because he seen his situation. He knew that at the end of the day, there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and he was trying to jump on that money train and dip on out of there. Now, if you think that's a righteous dude, well, that's up to you. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, just like I'm entitled to my own perspective on the situation. But I'm not a firm believer in anything that this guy says is factual and actual. I believe that this guy, being highly intelligent and knowing his shit, man, probably has some truth to his stories. But at the same time, man, if you really dig deep down into this guy's character, you'll understand like I understand, man. He's just a fucking snake in the grass. Un culebra, right? Sabes que Slytherin? You're a sly one. Mr. Snitch, right? He's getting his motherfucking Mr. Snitch on. And that's just what it is, right? Like I said, I'm not no one to speak on certain people, man. But at the same time, man, I'm going to give my perspective on some real life shit. With that being said, gente, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, man, that's just some enlightenment. You need enlightenment in your life. It's called education. Knowledge you won't get in college. Paint where there ain't, man. Like I said, I didn't break this news, Holmes. I broke this news. That's what we does, right? You already know what it is. For the people, by the people. I continue to push hard in my struggle for unity and real raza, man. You know, the one that go out there and work hard every day, man, and so they can afford shit like this. Bang, bang. The grind is real. With that being said, I hope that you fucking got show love for me, because I'm going to show a whole lot of love for you. Hit that like if you like this. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown if you don't fuck with me, man. And we're going to continue to do what we does, cuz. And in the motherfucking real fashion. Orderly boxer, so you got out, huh?